Be still and know. That's the name of the show. Welcome to it. It's Father Bender here. You know, again, just a reminder as we go back to the beginning of why I started this. In such a big parish, it's very difficult to get the pastor's message out on the weekend because he doesn't do all the masses. It was very easy when I was at Our Lady of Lourdes because I did all the masses Saturday night and Sunday morning, and I could get share my vision, my thoughts with the parish on the weekend. But that's not as easy to do at St. Patrick's because we have five masses, two priests, and we don't always see each other. And to be honest, I was gone last weekend. Probably feels like I'm never around, but I was at a conference last weekend. I'll talk a little bit about that later. But so this be still and know is just part of it is sharing, some nice spiritual thoughts, but also like what's happening in the parish with Father Bender and what his where he's visioning things and what he's working on and the life of the parish. And so this one will be a little bit of both of that. It's so but as I was thinking about what to talk about, I thought about, and some of the older members of the church will remember the Baltimore Catechism, right? And the question was, oh, it was always question answer, right? And why did God create us, right? That was one of the first questions in the first book. Why did God create us? To know Him, to love Him, and to serve Him in this life so as to be with Him in the next, right? Pretty rhetorical, easy to memorize. That's kind of the way the Baltimore Catechism works. So, why did God create us? To know Him, to love Him, and to serve Him in this life, so to be with Him in the next, right? So, bottom line, become a saint, right? You need to become a saint in this life so that you can be with Him in the next. And so, that's our goal, right? And you can see, I'm not going to go into deepness, but you can see within that simple statement the mission and purpose of St. Patrick's, right? To know him, to love him, and to serve him in this life, right? Gather, connect, serve, and go out, all kind of blend in with those three things. And so, just some things to think about as we go about our lives. Some things that are, happening in my life and the life of the parish, just to keep us all kind of, focused on the same, again, mission and purpose. Why do we do what we do? Um, Last weekend, I was away. I was at a conference in Philadelphia. It was the National Courage International Ministry Conference. So, Courage is the ministry for same-sex attracted people, and how do we welcome them into the church? How do we make them feel at home? How do we help them deal with who they are and their life in the church? And so there was really two conferences going on at the same time. One was a Courage conference, and the Courage Ministry is for those people with same-sex attraction. And then there's Encourage Ministry, and that Encourage is for family members or parents of people with same-sex attraction, and how do we deal with that and cope with that and love the children. And so it was a really great conference to meet people from not just all across the country, but really they were Canada, Mexico, Peru, Portugal, Spain, and people from all over. So it was really great to see all them, kind of hear, the struggles they're going through and the things they're dealing with, and then had some really good speakers. I always say the funniest speaker of the weekend, not funny, but like, was Neil Lozano. If you know Neil Lozano, he's part of the Unbound. He wrote the Unbound books, and they're on addiction and that. And he's a really great author. I highly recommend him. But he's also a very sooth talker, and so his talk was right after lunch. So we were all wanting to take naps, and it was in a warm lecture hall. The air conditioning wasn't working, and he has a very soothing kind of presentation and voice. And so there were a lot of us who were like looking at the person next to us saying, if we nod off, please elbow us so we stay awake, because we wanted to hear what he had to say. But the odds were against us because it was kind of the perfect environment for a nap. But anyway, it was a great talk, and he did a good job. And it was a great conference. So that's where I was last weekend. And the reason I was there, if you're not sure, is because I was appointed the diocesan chaplain for the Courage Ministry within the Diocese of Harrisburg, and so I'm involved with that. on a regular basis in the diocese. And so I don't know a lot about the ministry itself, and so I wanted to go and learn more. I met the coordinators and the all the people that work at the office in Connecticut and help kind of program and plan things throughout the year, not just at the conference, but they, help me and help us program our ministry within the diocese. So that's where I was last weekend. It was a great conference and a good time. So I'm sorry I was away from home. I did miss you all, but I'm back, and so that's yes. So that was why I was away, but it was really a beautiful thing. So back to the uh, be, uh, to know him, love him, and serve him in this life, right? We think about those things, we think about our mission and purpose and what we're doing at St. Patrick's. There's a lot going on right now at St. Patrick's to kind of help us welcome people into the future, right? We have the Lobby Plus project kicking off in September to help raise money to remodel the lobby so it's more welcoming, more accessible. Bathrooms, confessionals are kind of more ADA compliant, right? Our entrances don't have steps, those kinds of things. Everything we're doing for the lobby project is a need, not a want, right? Bathrooms, confessionals, roofs, windows, parking, all that stuff, kind of a need, not a want. But it adds up and it becomes expensive. And that's why we're kind of pushing a capital campaign, help us raise money for that. So please, I don't want to talk any more about that. We'll have a big, big launch in September. And so, but thank you in advance for contributing if you can. That would be really great. So we're kicking school off. That's pretty awesome and phenomenal. In a week and a half, we have school kicking off. We have over 400 students who come to our school. That's amazing and a blessing. And we're excited about that. We're still in need of two positions, fourth grade teacher and part-time music. So if you know anyone, please give the school a call or encourage them in good ways that we have a great school with great kids, and it would be a really great to have them on our team. So if you can think of anyone, help us out with that. That would be great. Um, Other things going on, there's just a lot in the parish I'm excited about coming up. And so we have the food truck event this weekend to meet the new principal, Michael Kromka. If you go to 9:30 Mass, that's his Mass. He sits on the far right. He's 6'5", so you can't miss him. He has two beautiful children and a wife. So, but that event is to help, kind of introduce him to the parish as a whole. And if you want to meet the principal, that'd be the place to do it. We have Feast of the Assumption coming up on August 15th. We have masses for that. I'm going to run through them just to remind you. They are all at Marsh Drive, 7 p.m. Thursday night. Oh no, 6:45 a.m. Mass is at the Shrine Church here in Pomfret, and then 8:30 and 7 p.m. are at Marsh Drive. The 8:30 Mass will have the children's choir, so that should be really beautiful to join us for that. So please do remember that is a holy day of obligation. Please join us. And then the week after that, school starts on the 19th. So please keep our children and teachers in your prayers as well. I think that's all I got this week. I love my family. Thank you much for listening. Have a great week. God bless. Take care.